Hari Om. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayuta Mukhyam Sri Ramadutam Sirasadamami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha-jnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Satchitanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayakacharuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamsanatham. Draft here. It's okay. No, you can't print it. So we are meeting after 1 year, right? So we are on the 62nd verse. Vancha sajjana sangame paragune Pritir gurau namrata Vidyayam vyasanam sayoshitiratir Lokapavatat bhayam Bhaktisholini shaktiratmadamane Samsargamuktikhale Yeshyete nivasanti nirmalagunaha Tebhyo narebhyo namaha. In this verse, hello? Just increase little bit. Increase. In this verse, thank you. Bhartrihari gives a list of virtues which are to be cultivated by all. They are Sajjana Sangame Vancha. Sajjana Sangamaha means Satsanga. Association with noble people is called Satsanga. Vancha means liking, inclination or interest. Now, who are those noble people? Noble people are those whose thoughts are always noble and who always speak about noble ideas. As somebody said, great mind discuss ideas, average mind discuss events, mean minds discuss people. Great minds discuss ideas. If any topic comes from that topic, they will start discussing ideas, principles, psychology, human goals, etc. They cannot confine to smaller things. Higher idea will be their subject matter. So great mind discuss ideas, average mind discuss events. They don't discuss about lesson learned. They confine to discussion of events, but never the morals. They never come to the discussion of morals, but they confine only to the events. This is the average mind. But it is still better. The mean minds neither discuss ideas nor events, but all the time they discuss other people. So within 7 days, if there are 100 campers, let us say, they discuss everybody regarding how they behave, how they eat, how they talk, how they dress, and how they behave in temple or lecture hall or other places or buses or train or traveling, whatever way, in the office, etc. Everyone is criticized one after the other, but they never go beyond that. Such a mind is called a gossiping mind. A gossiping mind can never grow. A noble mind will never discuss people. Even if they take a person, sooner or later from that person they go to the ideal. If there is a particular weakness in a person, instead of criticizing the person for the weakness, they focus on the principle of weakness. They focus on how it affects the mind, how one can avoid that. It will be a general discussion on human weaknesses and the problem rather than particularizing, specifying a person. But out of these three, which is juicy, discussing about other people. That is always interesting. In fact, many people are close friends only because of discussing other people. The closeness is developed by criticizing other people. So it is always juicy, but it is not worthy. Therefore, give up such sangha. Don't contribute to such discussion, and if possible, get away from that company. If you are forced to be there, don't contribute. If possible, get out of that company. Then where should you go? Sajjana Sangame. Because you know that Satsangatve Nisangatvam Chatra Bhagavan said in Bhajagovindam. This is the first virtue. The second one is Paragune Preetihi. When we hear about other people's glory or greatness, generally jealousy comes. We will not be able to stand that. If a person continuously talks, then we say, do you know about his private life? In fact, all those gossip magazines sell very well because our initiate love for gossip and jealousy. Such magazines sell because this is natural human weakness. Never read such gossip magazine. When I hear somebody's glory, I should immediately congratulate that person and I should be happy. This is possible only if I understand one principle, that all the glories belongs to only one, and we are all only the media for the expression of different glories of that Lord. Every person has got some glory or the other. We also might have something, or we may not have it. If you know that there is only one center of glory, there is no there is no scope for comparison. Where there is comparison, there is jealousy. Therefore, learn to appreciate others' glories and congratulate. Go to him physically and say, I am happy. At least verbally tell, I am happy that you are great. You do it for a while and later it will come from the heart. It is said, fake it and make it, but it is very difficult. So, Paragune Preetihi. This is one of the most beautiful value we should practice. That's why when our children come from school, and you should be cheerful and welcome them and tell them that, beta, we missed you. How was your day? Like that. You have to communicate with them verbally. Only then that love is expressed. And whenever they do something, very little thing, appreciate them. And, give them encouragement. Otherwise, keep on telling, you are a fool, you are a dumb, like that. If you keep on telling, he'll become dumb. You always say you are best, you are the best, you are great. If you keep on telling that child also. Then, Guroho Namrata. In front of elders, we should have Namrata, humility, which is expressed physically like bending or doing namaskara, or by getting up and offering the seat, or asking them to talk and you listen. Instead of giving lecture to them, you listen to them. Because tesham tvayasanena prashyasitavyam. In Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, when elders come, let them talk and you listen to them. Because often Mahatmas, they won't talk. Therefore, maximum we can do is to bring some nice topic. You can raise some question with minimum words. Therefore, learn to reduce the question to half a second and allow them to talk. And bask in their wisdom. Vidyayam vyasanam. Show effort in gaining knowledge. Knowledge can never come through casual approach. Knowledge requires industry, effort, time, repetition. Therefore, one should have the capacity to listen sincerely. Thereafterwards, reflecting over what has been listened to and comparing what has been said before and what is said later, and seeing whether there are contradictions. If there are seeming contradictions, seeing how to solve them, that is called study. One has to be studious to get knowledge. A hobbyist approach will give some stray ideas, but they cannot make a person wiser. So, Vidyayam Vyasanam. The next one is very interesting. Sayoshiti Retihi. Learn to be happy with your wife. Now, this is very important. Now, whatever be the type of wife, it is that Tukaramji Maharaj had a very terrible wife, you see. His wife was always fighting. Not with him also fighting, with even Vitthal also she used to fight. And that, what Tukaram said, Bhagavan, Deva, you have given me such a wife, because otherwise I would have got attached to her and forgotten you. So here, so learn to accept and be happy with the type of wife you have. It is Bhagavan's gift and I accept. Therefore, accept the wife and accept the wife. Not only the wife should accept husband also, and accept the children also without complaint. Yoshit means three. In this context, it means wife. Swabharyayam triptihi. Loka apavadat bhayam. May you be concerned about the public opinion. Give validity, give value to public opinion. So in the name of fundamental right or individual freedom, don't go on doing anything you like. If there is a public opinion against any one of my action, see why such opinion came. Because remember that in our culture, public opinion is generally based on the dharma. In Indian blood, Dharma Shastram is there coming down in the form of parampara. Our parents may not know Manusmriti or Yajnavalkya Smriti, but whatever they have advised us, you see that it is there in one of the Smritis or Puranas, because that is how the Indian culture and tradition is. Therefore, if the public is disturbed, it is generally because my action is atharmic. At the same time, we need not be blindly carried away by that, but at least give consideration to the opinion and see whether the action is dharmic or atharmic. If we objectively analyze, often we will find that public is disturbed because I am off the track. Therefore, give value to public opinion. Remember that we should not go to the other extreme. That is why somebody said, I don't know what the formula for success is, but I know what the formula for failure is. What is that? It is trying to please everyone. If you try to please everyone, failure is definite, because any action you do, somebody will be displeased. Therefore, here Bhartrhari does not recommend that we should be bothered about all the opinion and we have to dance the tune of everyone. Take the public opinion analyzed based on Dharma Shastra. If you are convinced that you are going in the right path, then go ahead, but don't ignore the public opinion. Loka apavadat bhayam, the fear of public opinion. Then, bhaktihi shulini, devotion to Lord Shiva. Shuli means Shiva, Shuladhari. So from this it is very clear that Bhartrhari is Shiva Bhakta. Here Shuli represents Ishta Devata. So develop devotion to your Ishta Devata, which will be very useful in spiritual life. Atmadamane Shaktihi means capacity of self-control. Develop capacity for self-control. Here, self-control means physical, sensory level and mental level. In Vedantic language, develop Shama and Dhamma. Now, this is taught in our Vedantic text also, Tattvabodha, Shamadhamadi, Shatka Sampatti. Shama means Mano Nigraha. Now, when you read that translation, control your mind. The often question asked, how do we control our mind? Now, the problem is, to control something, the controller has to be separate from the controlled, isn't it? When children are making noise, you can say, keep quiet, because you are separate from that crowd, isn't it? But here also you are told, control your mind. How do you do it? You have to control the mind with the mind, isn't it? Because you don't have any other equipment. That is where the problem, we give up. You may try sometime, ये तो नहीं होता है, संन्यास लेना है. So we'll wait for these things for sannyasis to do, not for us. Grihasthas, we cannot do it. No, it is not like that. You can do it also. See, what is mind, you should know. What is mind? Mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. Morning getting up till you go to sleep, what exactly happened to us? Without your knowledge, a thought flow starts, isn't it? You get up with a thought, and that thought will lead it to another thought. That thought will lead it to another thought. Then from there to another thought. From there to another thought. We never land. Our Gurudev used to say that, in Kerala there is a arikne trees, these supari trees. The supari trees are very thin and very tall. And at the top of it, the suparis are there, bunches. When it is ripe, and they are miles, so supari plantation is in miles. So when it is ripe, the person who has to bring down the supari, he will climb up. He climb up on one supari tree and then cut down those things, they will fall down. And then he will not come down. He will bend that tree and catch the next one. Then like that, he will cut down the whole, maybe 1 mile, 2 mile distance. He will cut. So he got on one tree, and then in the evening he will get down from somewhere else. So this is what happened to us also. Every thought. And this pattern we have to break. This is called mechanical thinking. All of us are, mechanically thinking. Think about it. We never thought about it. That's a problem. We start looking at our mind. When the thought rises, we become conscious of the thought. I'll give you a simple exercise when you go to a party, Friday party or Saturday party. You have talked 2 hours or got involved with a conversation. That is, you may not have talked, but at least you listen to people talking. And after 2 hours, 3 hours, the party is over, you come home. And if you are able to trace back, because this person said this, and from there, that topic led to this topic, then from that topic, it led to this topic. And if you are able to trace back this conversation, 2 hours conversation, then you have control of your thinking. Otherwise, in your day-to-day life also, as your mind is progressing in developing certain thought, suddenly you stop. Hey. Where did I start this? And you start trace back. Oh, this is how I started, and that is how led me to this thought. Then that led me to this thought. If you are able to trace back, then you have control over your thinking. This you practice and see the effect of it. You become conscious of your thought. This is called conscious thinking. This was, you have to live with Mahatmas, then only you'll know this particular fact. I lived with our Gurudev. I used to be secretary. So 4:30 in the morning, he used to dictate letters. And 4:30 to 6:30 was our time. That was the most beautiful time. I spent in my life. So, used to get some letters from different centers for asking for articles to publish in their magazines or whatever souvenir they are publicizing. And he reads the letter, immediately he will say, okay, right. And he start dictating. He's very relaxed. Sometimes what happens is he put his foot up on the table and then relax, just dictate. And suddenly I am writing. Suddenly I don't hear anything. When I look up, he closes his eyes, he's sleeping. It's a power nap. 2-3 minutes only. And he'll get up and immediately where he stopped, he continues. See the discipline of thinking. I never had to read him back what he said. Never. I was with him for more than 3 years. None of the occasion I never had that experience of reading it back to him. Sometimes it may be a proposition, sometimes a half sentence, but he will pick up from there. This is the training. So this is called Mano Nigraha. Suppose you miss it, then call Dhamma. Dhamma means, suppose anger has come and anger has developed into a fury. So at the time of expression at the physical level, control it, stop it, postpone it. You don't have to suppress it. Okay, I will talk to her later, tomorrow. Just postpone it. Don't immediately, impulsively, you want to do something immediately or talk to that person immediately. Only then you feel, good. That urge, if you are able to hold it. So that Chaknoti haiva sodam praksharira vimokshanat kama krodotpavam vegam sa sukhi naraha, Bhagavan said in Gita. That if you are able to control and postpone it, here I am not saying control, you may not be able to control, but postpone it. If you are able to do that, then you saved yourself. Sukhi Dharha, Bhagavan said. Such a person will become happier. So that is Dhamma. So samsarga muktihi khale. Samsarga muktihi khale. Avoidance of dussanga. Khalaha means dushtaha. Samsargama means sangaha. Mukti means avoidance. Dussanga varjanam. If a person develops these virtues, Eshvete nivasandi narmala gunaha. Those in whom all these noble virtues reside, tebhyo narebhyo namaha. Bhartahari says, I give my prostrations to that person. That means he himself has got that namrata. He is such a great Mahatma. Continuing. Vipati dhairya mataphyudaye kshama sadasi vakya patutayudhik vikramaha. Vakpatuta, okay. Sadasi padutayuthi vikramaha yasasi chapiruchirvyasanam shrutau prakriti siddhamidam hi mahatmanam. This verse also, Bhartrihari gives a set of virtues which are worth cultivating. The first one is Vipati Dhairyam, courage in adversity. Vipat means apat, adversity, crisis, difficulty. There we have to have dhairyam, means courage. Human life is a mixture of both up and downs. Nobody can expect a life full of roses. Nobody can expect prosperity all the time. Life will be a mixture of both favorable and unfavorable situations. That is why whenever we have problem, they ask us to read the Puranas. They never recommend Vedanta. So when a person is going through problem, don't speak Vedanta. Then they will become allergic to Vedanta afterwards. He will never come to Vedanta. So read Puranas. It is because Vedanta requires a working buddhi. When the subject like Drishtruhu, Drishtaha, etc., Srotruhu, Srotra is taken, difficult to understand for a normal buddhi. In adversity, we are tensed up, worried, disappointed, frustrated, angry, irritated. At that time, buddhi doesn't work. Therefore, never recommend Vedanta to a person when he is in trouble. Vedanta is a preparation for problem when there are no problems. When we have no problem, we are preparing the possible and inevitable problem of life, like old age, disease, separation, death of our own near and dear ones, and finally our own death. So it is a preparation when we are not facing any problems. Therefore, when we have problems, we are supposed to read Puranas. Now, what is that? Now, what is the advantage of reading Purana? It is a very simple psychology. Most of the heroes of the Puranas have faced worse problems. When we see that somebody has faced worse problem, we feel that our problem is nothing compared to their problem. As they say, when a person did not have a shoe and he was worrying, he saw somebody without even a leg. He felt that, thank God I don't have shoe, but at least I have got working legs. Therefore, when you see Rama's condition was to become emperor one day, and the next day he was not even on the streets, but in the forest with thorns, rakshasas and wild animals. You think that when even an avataram like God could not avoid adversity, what to talk of an ordinary creature like us? So this is the psychology, because even if we are in hell, if we meet one of our friends there, we find solace, isn't it? Oh, you are also here. Good. Now this is the psychology. Everybody is in the same boat. Life means dundvaha. Therefore, I had to prepare for adversity. You can see in Mahabharata also, Yudhishthira, he was such an emperor, a noble king. Then what happened? He lost everything. And they had to live 13 years, 12 years plus 1 year incognito. Think of the humiliation they went through that 1 year. That mighty, powerful Bhimasena was a cook. Think about it. But he was happy because he got good food there, So he was very happy. And that mighty, invincible Arjuna was what? A dance teacher. Yavaswastamidam shariram yavajjara durate durato yavachendriya shakti karapradihata yavakshayo nayushaha atmashreyasi tavadeva vidusha karyam prayatno mahan sandipte bhavanetu kupakhananam pratyuddhamakidrishaha. This is the verse from Bhartrahari only. It is from Vairagya Sadakam. Vairagya Sadakam, another book he has written. He says, we have to prepare for our old age. Disease or death, not at the time of old age, but before itself. If you are trying to prepare after the problem has come, it is like Sandipte Bhavanetu Kupakhananam. The house is on the fire and he is digging the well. So where is the question of getting the water and quenching the fire? Therefore be prepared, don't be complacent, and don't take things for granted. This is the slogan of life. Therefore, for a prepared person, nothing comes as a shock. Therefore, the first virtue is vipati dhairyam. That's why you are bringing up your children, investing on them. Don't have any expectation that when they grow up, they will take care of me and all that. Don't have that kind of expectation. Be prepared. If you are prepared, then no disappointment. Therefore, the first virtue is vipati dhairyam. Now, how do you develop that dhairyam? Because if you have observed in life, you know nothing in this world is permanent. You are not permanent. Your relations are not permanent. When nothing is permanent, the sorrow, that difficulty that you are going through also will not be permanent. It may look permanent at that time because, the time concept is again the concept of the mind. Time is nothing but a concept of your mind. The mind is happy, time flies. Mind is unhappy, time hangs, isn't it? So you feel it is a yugam. But it is not. It will also pass. So this slogan you should remember, this will also pass. So the bad time also will pass. It will never stay with you. So when you know the nature of it, then what happened? You can console yourself that, hey, this is only temporary. This is not permanent. This will pass. So that's why Vipati Dhairyam. This is beautifully and symbolically done in our culture. When a boy gets the sacred thread, he has to do lot of rites as part of the sacred thread ceremony. One of the rites that he had to do is Asma Arohanam. Asma means rock. Arohanam means stepping over a rock. When a boy steps on the rock, the priest advises him, Atishta imam asmanam asmeva tvam stiro bhava. O my boy, step over the stone and let your heart be strong and unshaken like a rock. Asmeva stiro bhava. Let the mind be strong enough to face any situation. Because until the sacred thread is put, he enjoys the cozy comfort of the parents. But after the sacred thread, he becomes a citizen of the society. He becomes an adult. Therefore, he must be ready to receive all kinds of people and situations. Therefore, Asmarohanam means Vipati Dhairyam. This is for boys. What about girls? Because Asmarohanam seems to be a part of sacred thread ceremony, and ladies do not have that. What will they do? For the ladies, the wedding is considered to be equal to the sacred thread ceremony. Vivaham cha upanayanam strinam aha pitamahaha. Strinam vivahameva upanayanam pitamaha paraha. Therefore, at the time of wedding, the girl also does the same rite as the boy does during the sacred ceremony. This rite is Asmarohanam. The same mantra is repeated. Adishte mama asmanam asmevatvam stiro bhava. Therefore, for ladies, that Vivaha is entering Gurukula. For the boy, Upadayana is entering Gurukula for the girl. For the girl, Vivaha is entering Gurukula. Now, who is the Guru? Husband is supposed to be the Guru. You know why? Because those days, the husband went to Gurukula, studied all our Dharma Shastras. Therefore, he is Guru. Husband represents the teacher also. So, security is also taken care of and teaching is also taken care of. For both, Asmarohanam is important. Because life is full of ups and downs, and let your heart be like a rock. Then the second virtue is Abhyudaye Kshama. When there is prosperity, one should have Kshama. Kshama means patience, tolerance, accommodation. It is because generally along with money, arrogance also comes. Since he has got wealth, he can always be impatient and irritable because he can dismiss anyone. So he can dismiss people at will because of the strength of money. Generally, prosperity and irritability go together. Generally, poverty and patience go together because a poor man cannot afford to be impatient. Poverty forces a person to swallow everything, but prosperity makes a person lose the patience. Therefore, it is a special virtue. In prosperity, you can afford to be angry, but the value is in prosperity, you should be kind. You should have tolerance, accommodation. So, a rich man should be kind to the poor. That is why they say, Sambatsu mahadam chittam bhavat utpala komalam apatsu sa mahashaila shila sanghata karkasham. Sambatsu mahatam chittam. In prosperity, the great people mind is soft like lotus petal. Apatsuja, in adversity, if they are like soft petal, they will get crushed. Therefore, in adversity, mahashaila shila sanghata karkasham. Their heart is strong to withstand one problem after the other. Generally, problem comes together only. They always come in a row. Therefore, may you develop patience in prosperity. Sadasi vak patutaha. If you choose to address in an assembly, you better have the mastery over speech. If you want to address an assembly, sadas, let there be mastery over language. Vak patutaha. Patuta. Let there be capacity of communication. Having knowledge is one faculty. Capacity to communicate is another faculty. Both need not always coexist. A person can have knowledge without communication capacity. He will be a gold medalist, but he is boring teacher. There is also another possibility. He has got good communication capacity, but he does not have knowledge. Kalidasa defines a teacher in one of his dramas. Slishta kriya kasya chidatma samstha sankrantiranyasya visheshayukta yasyo bhayam sadhu cha shikshakanam duripradishtapayitavyayeva. There are some people who have got the knowledge very well in the walking dictionary, encyclopedia. Their problem is that there is no communication capacity, because so much they know, they want to tell everything. So that's why they say Pandita Putra, there is a term. Pandita Putra is always a fool, because Pandita wanted to give everything what he knows to the child. Impossible. In some other people, communication skill is there, but no knowledge. Therefore, both are unfit to be teachers. Then who should be teacher? Where both the knowledge and skill of communication are there, they alone must be appointed as teachers. It is not only for Vedanta, but it is valid for any subject matter, such as physics, chemistry, mathematics, or economics. Both knowledge and communication skill are required. Vakpatuta, capacity to communicate. We sometimes see people making long phone calls and they don't know what they have to tell. Therefore, if a person tries to speak in an assembly without the knowledge of the language, it is ridiculous, like the following example. Shabda Shastra Manaditya pratyaya puman vaktumichchati sabhantare. Rodhumichchati vane madotkadam astinam kamalanala tantunaha. These are all subhashidani. Okay. If a person wants to speak in an assembly without the knowledge of language, it is like he has got the filament of a flower and he has made a string out of it. You know how tender it is. You ask him what he wants to do with it. He says, I want to catch an elephant. What kind of elephant? Wild elephant. What type of a wild elephant? Elephant with rut. Trying to speak without the capacity to communicate is as foolish as trying to catch a wild elephant using a string made out of the filament of a flower. Therefore, Bhartrihari says, Sadasi Vak Patuta Yuthi Vikramaha, a virtue of a warrior. In war, he should have valor. Vikramaha means valor, courage. Yasachicha abhiruchihi, love for fame. Yasas means fame, abhiruchi means liking. So this is from Vyavaharika standpoint. Of course, once we come to Vedanta, one should have vairagyam for everything. But from worldly angle, love for fame is accepted. Do you know why they accept that? There is a secret behind it. One becomes famous because of noble action. So he must have done something great to become famous. Therefore, once we have a value for fame, at least for the sake of fame, he will do noble things. That is why generally they attempt in institution, they say that if you give something, we will put your name on that. Therefore, at least for the sake of fame, let them do noble jobs. It is better than doing nothing. Therefore, esasi abhiruchihi vyasanam shrutau. In the previous sloka he said vidyayam vyasanam. There the word vidya was used in the sense of knowledge. Therefore, here Bhartrihari, we may not know which knowledge it is. Therefore, here Bhartrihari makes it clear, Shrutau, Vaidika Jnane, Veda Jnana Praptau Prayatnaha. Effort to acquire knowledge, it is because many people complain that the scriptures are all in dead language. They are all in Sanskrit. Who can understand all these things? They have kept all ritual mantras in Sanskrit and nobody is telling us anything. We are not interested in doing ritual as we do not know the meaning of what we are doing. They complain. Remember that knowledge will not come to us. We have to go after that knowledge. The initiative must come from me. When a person wants a unique degree which is available only in foreign countries, how much effort we put forth. He asked the son or a doctor to write, what is that exam? TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, etc. He does everything because he inquired, he found out, he worked for it, but he wants to get scriptural knowledge. We want to get scriptural knowledge sitting at home. That also in what that virtually Zoom it is available, or what is that internet if it is available. Sitting at home, how is it possible? If I have to go after that knowledge, I should ask a question to myself, what effort am I putting forth for gathering that knowledge? If I am really sincere, there are enough sources even now. Even in this century, there are many institutions, there are many books, and there are many ways of learning. If we still don't know, the mistake is not with the world or tradition, but it is I who has not put forth the effort. If I don't put forth effort, is the scripture going to lose or am I going to lose? Scriptures are not going to lose anything. Therefore, Bhartagari says, never complain. You have to take the initiative for scriptural study. Bhartagari says that all these virtues are very natural for Mahatmas. Mahatmanam idam prakriti siddham. Prakriti siddham means sahajam. They are natural. Why are they not natural for us? That is why we are not Mahatmas. It is very simple. What should we do if we are not Mahatmas and if they are not there naturally in us? If they are not there naturally, we better cultivate them, acquire them. Continuing, more virtues are there. 64th. Pradhanam prachannam grihamupagate sambramavidhihi priyam kritva maunam sadasi kathanam chapyupakrite anutseko lakshmyam anabhibhavagandha parakatha satam kenodishtam vishamamasi vratamidam. Some more virtues which are worth cultivating are listed here. Pradhanam prachannam. Pradhanam. A person gives lot of charity, but without publicity. Charity without publicity. Pradhanam means charity. Prachannam means literally means anonymous, secretly or hidden. In this context, it means without publicity. You should not translate it as giving under the table, okay, secretly. Therefore, nobody should know that I gave it. Even if somebody happened to tell it, I should not dwell upon it. I should just brush aside and change the topic. Achadaya swan gunan. We should not publicize our gunas. Charity without publicity is the first virtue. Griham upagate sambrama vidhihi. Immediately attending to a person when he visits the house, atiti. Sambramaha vidhi means immediately. Not making the guest to stand or wait, but immediately attending to a guest and doing whatever is required. This based on Athithi Devo Bhava. The next one is Priyam Kritva Maunam. But in this country there is no Athithi, right? Everybody come with appointment. Athithi meaning what? Atithi. Tithi means date. Without date. Means without appointment. The one who come and knock at your door, he is called Athithi. But in our country, this country, nobody is, everything you have to go up with appointment. Even for emergency situation also you need appointment, isn't it? This is an appointment country. Athitis also is in India. Our Bharat, we have this Athithi system. Anybody can go and knock at anybody's door and they receive him with Aditya Bhavana, Atithi Bhavana. So, the next one is Priyam Kritva Maunam, doing noble deeds silently without self-glorification, without trumpeting one's own glory. Because if you do that, our ego become, stronger and stronger. This is another kind of ego. Even spirituality also we have to be very careful. I am spiritual, you are non-spiritual. So that also comes. I am holier than thou. That is another dangerous ego. So it is charity without publicity. Here it is service to humanity without publicity. Sadasi kathanam api upakritehe. But when somebody else does a service to me, I don't hide that. I tell that to everyone. So whatever other people have done to me, I will tell everyone. I give free publicity. Generally we hide whatever the other people do and we publicize whatever we do. In Ramayana also a similar occasion comes. It says, suppose a person has harmed Rama 100 times, but helped him only one time. Which one will Ramchandraji publicize? Rama forgets the hundreds apakaras. Ekam kritam upakaramapi na vismarati. He will never forget that one help. That is supposed to be another very great but difficult virtue. If a person does one harm, then we remember only that particular thing and we forget all other thing he has done. Here Bhartrihari says, tell everyone what other people have done to you. Anuseko Lakshmyam. It is the repetition of the idea of previous sloka. In prosperity, freedom from arrogance. Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshar kalas sarvam. Govinda Bhagavan Shankaracharya said, so never have vanity because of your prosperity. This we have to learn from Chinese, okay? Chinese culture is like that. A factory owner may be sitting there, he is a billionaire. But he will sit in the front with a shot. You don't even know. He thinks that he is a peon or somebody. He will serve tea for you and make you sit comfortably. Then take you inside. That's a humility. Be humble. That's the idea. If at all somebody asks how you become like that, don't start with self-glorifying. Saying that I came with Swamiji, I came to this country with $8. Now you know how much worth I am. 80 million. Aha. But that's the time I said, this is the person I was looking for. Then the whole tone changes. Tell that I am in the present position by the grace of Lord. Attribute the glory to the Lord, never to yourself. See, when Bhagavan Ramchandraji came back from Lanka and he reached Ayodhya, he came in Pushpa Viman. And after getting down, and he received everybody, Bharata, all mothers. And then he wanted to introduce Sugriva, Nala, Neela, Angada, Hanumanji, Vibhishana. They are the friends who came with him to his Guru, Vasishtha Rishi. So at that time when he was introducing them to his Guru, he said, this is our Guru, Vasishtha, who has been our Guru from the beginning. The whole Raghuvamsha, he has been the Guru for so many millions of years. Vasishtha was there. Because of whose blessing alone we were able to win over that mighty, powerful Rakshasa Ravana. Then he was introducing this Vibhishana, Sugriva, Angada, etc. to his Guru. He says, Guru, they are our friends. Because of their heroism and valor and sacrifice, I was able to win over the Rakshasa Ravana. Now look at this. Everything was done by Bhagavan, but he never took that credit. That is the greatness of Bhagavan. So this is this example. So when we read Ramayana, the story we know. But what exactly that we have to learn from the story, that we should keep an eye on it. Only then reading Puranas or Idihasas will help us. Because in Shastras, what happens is, now you are reading this Niti Shatakam, the values are given to you. These are all Dharma Shastra. There is no Vedanta here. But Dharma Shastra, if you hear, you collect some information in your brain. But still, it will not inspire to live. In Vedas also, there are so many do's and don'ts are there. Because all Dharma Shastras are based on Vedas only. Vedic teaching. So, but when everybody want a role model. So unless you are a person living those values, you don't get inspired to practice. And that demonstration is what Bhagavan Ramchandraji did. So that is why Bhagavan Rama Avatara, in Bhagavatam it is said, Rama Avatara is Manushya Shikshanartham. It is for teaching human being. That's why it is considered most important avatara. Anusheko Lakshmya Lakshmyam. Here Lakshmi means prosperity. If at all he talks about other people, it never includes or it never has insult as its content. That is, he does not put another person down. Nirabhivasa, Nirabhivasaraha Parakathaha. Parakatha. So that he doesn't put another person down. So if he talks about other person, he doesn't put him down. He doesn't criticize him. He doesn't create an unfavorable opinion about him. So nirabhibhavaha means without insult. Abhibhavaha means putting down. Saraha means content. Parakatha means talks about other people. He doesn't criticize anyone. So, don't have a proofreader's approach. A proofreader look only for a fault, isn't it? They are trained like that. So never have this approach in man reading. Idam vishamam asidhara vratam. This expression came earlier also. Idam asidhara vratam. It is an extremely difficult principle to follow. Like walking on razors. Bhattacharya himself says that. And what is the beauty? The noble people effortlessly, spontaneously follow this. Bhattacharya says, Satam Kenodisham Kenodishtam. Who has taught these values to the noble people? Nobody has taught them. They are natural to noble people. If they are not natural to me, I need not feel guilty about it. Work for acquiring these virtues. That's why in Gita also, end of 16th chapter, Bhagavan said, Tasma Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau Jnatva Shastra Vidhanuktam Karma Kartumiha Arhasi. So, one cannot be governed, our life cannot be governed by raga dvesha. It has to be governed by what is proper according to Shastra and what is improper according to Shastra. That's why in Ayodhya Kant, if you read Ramayanam, Dharma, how is to be practiced, is highlighted. I am going to take Ramayana later, so not now. We are going to have a Saptaham, like we had Gita Saptaham. We will have Ramayana Saptaham in December, okay? Can wait till then. At that time, I will give you all the significance. Every chapter, every character, what it means, what are the philosophical meaning, and how it is depicted in Ramayana, and where all those the life situation, how it can be faced, how it can be looked upon, and all those details, what are the points to take home, everything will be explained in details. So, Ramakatha, just because you hear Ramayana, oh, we heard this Ramayana many times. So, what is there to listen to? That we have seen serial also. That also new ones are coming now. Everybody is making money on Bhagavan Rama. But that is not important. I know you know the story. But what exactly the significance? Why? Because otherwise, this kind of a story, if it was only a paperback book or something like New York bestseller book, that is also a story. Fiction also. But one time you read, second time you don't look at the book, isn't it? You give it to somebody. But Ramayana, how many times you hear? How many people have written this? How many languages it is translated? How many millions of years people have been listening to it? But still, you feel there is something, some message for us. It touches our heart. Therefore, that is very, very important. That's why tasma shastram pramanante. So it has to be governed by what is proper according to Shastra, what is improper according to Shastra. So when a person's life is governed by Shastric path, he is called Samskrita Purushaha, a refined person, a cultured person, a matured person. Therefore, Prakrita Purushaha and Samskrita Purushaha are two possibilities that we have. In Niti Shatakam, Bhartrihari presents a way of life based on Shastra, which makes us Samskrita Purushaha, a cultured person. Veda Purva Bhaga deal with that. So, first portion of Vedas deal with this Dharma Shastra, a way of life. Dharma Shastra means a way of life. So that we can get the maximum, the best out of it. Best of our life out of it. In whatever path you choose, you will be successful. If you follow these principles, Dharma Shastra, that is why the Purva Bhaga of the Veda is called Dharma Shastra. Dharma is defined as Chodana Lakshanaha Arthaha Dharmaha. Whatever way of life is prescribed by the Veda is called Dharma. Chodana Lakshanaha Arthaha means a way of life which is prescribed by the Veda or by the scriptures. This Dharma Shastra consists of two parts. One is the part of rituals. They are also called Dharma. All the samskaras right from birth, such as Garbhadaranam, Pumsavanam, Simantam, Namakaranam, Chaula, Upanayana, and daily ritual like Sandhya Vandanam, Agnihotra, they are all called Dharma. The second part of Dharma Shastra is values and attitude, ethics and morals. Both together constitute Dharma Shastra. Ritual plus values equal to Dharma Shastra. Okay. Of course, these two portions, Niti Shatakam, concentrate on ethics and morals rather than rituals, because rituals are not universal in nature. They vary according to Varnashrama Dharmas. Okay, let's stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.